Hello, family. Hello, hello, hello. Waiting for some people to show up. I know I did something else, and I think I kind of messed it up. I am on air on YouTube and Blog Talk Radio. And I'll give you that number in a minute. I hope everybody is good. I hope you can hear me. If I'm clear, let me know. Like and share, please, so we can get people in the broadcast. Let me know if I'm clear. Can you hear me clearly? All righty. Good to see you. I kind of messed up here. I was supposed to go on somewhere else and I couldn't figure out how to get back to it. All right. Good job, you guys. I'm glad that you guys are here. Thank you for joining. I am on Blog Talk also. So if you want to call in at this time, we have a great show planned, and we are going to talk about some things tonight. And my topic is how to build a nation, a defense, a city. I think we should be thinking about that. And the where that came from was from NFAC. Okay. He's been talking a lot about that. And I thought, you know what? Let me kind of touch on that a little bit because I think it's so important for us to have other avenues, to be thinking about other ways to handle this enemy, other ways and other things that we need to be doing in order to survive. Okay. And sometimes we have to see the bigger picture. And I do believe that all of this is happening for a reason. And I do believe that we need to be thinking about doing some other things. Um, for me, let me give the number in case someone does want to call in. They can call me on Blog Talk Radio, and that number is 563-999-3682. Okay. In fact, that's right. I love, yes, yes, the official, what is the Grandmaster? Yes, his site. I listen to his morning mental, okay, Grand Rising, all that stuff. I listen to his morning mentals, okay, and I'm telling you, he's got some great points. And I think this weekend was last weekend, I should say, the 4th was something that was very much needed in our community. I think people are not looking at who sent him. I think people are looking at the man, but what is behind the man? And that's what we're not looking at. We have to take everything we do to another level. Okay. And I don't think people are, we've never been here before. And I've heard some I've heard some people talking negative, but we as Black folk, we talk negative about everything new. Yes, they are. Yes. But we're talking about Black folk, Bertha. We're talking about Black folk that is talking very negative about this brother. And my thing is I'll say the number again. Yes, 563-999-3682. Try to call that number and let me see if you can get through. Okay, last time I said it, I don't think it was getting through or something, but it's 563-999-3682. In case you want to call in and be a guest on the show, you can do that. Um, hold on, let me look up something. 2 steps. I think we always get negative when it's something new, because we've not tried this before, we've not done this before, not this way. This guy is bringing it. He's taking it nationwide. Okay. He is taking this thing nationwide, globally. No, I shouldn't say nationwide, globally. So he's got Africa, he's got all the UK in it. He's got it around across the world. Okay, so it is globally, and that's never happened before. And he does have some people that he's working with, And I want us to really dig deep with this. I want us to really understand what is really going on. What's really happening among Black folk. We are really a lot of shootings happened in Atlanta this weekend, and I'm thinking it was because of and I don't think it was all Black folk. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't think it was all Black folk. I think, you had some police officers in there. You think you had some other folk that was involved also because of the fact the brother was in town. Okay, the NFAC, and they want to make that gentleman look as bad as they can. Yes, he's got the Caribbeans. Yes, yes, he's got the Caribbeans. But you have to understand, you guys, if we do this globally, do you not know? I just want to read off how many people globally each state has or each country has. Okay, you guys have to understand. I was looking up this and I was like, wow, let me check some things out. Globally, in Brazil alone, Brazil has 55 million Black folk. Okay, the United States has 46 million. Haiti's got 8 million. Dominic has 8 million. Now, we're talking about just Black folk. We're not talking about we're talking about just Black folk. Colombia has 4 million. France has 4.5 million. The UK has 2 million. Mexico has a million. Jamaica has 2 million. Canada has a million. Italy has a million. Cuba has a million. Spain's got a million. Puerto Rico has 900,000, and Peru has 900,000. Now that's just a few that I looked up. Can you imagine if globally all of these Black folk came together and made it clear to the government, if you touch this one, we gonna rise up globally. Okay, because there's enough of us. They wanted us to believe that we were the minority. That's not true, family. Globally, you have to understand that if I constantly tell you that and I call you the minority all the time, that's to make you feel less important or less than when you are the minority. Okay, that's to help to make you feel less than because I'm gonna call myself the majority. So guess what? I'm bigger than you. No, we have to understand the mind games that these people have been playing with our minds for years. And I do mean years, okay? Years, people. We have to understand that it is going to take us teaming up together if we want to survive this. I mean, globally, not just America. We're going to take this thing nationwide, okay? Because he's been talking about, doing some going from state to state and country to country. And I think he's already set up the country to country, but state to state, he's, going to different states. And he's saying anybody that want to join, and it's if you have a rifle or shotgun, let me see, rifle or shotgun or what, uh it's one more gun. I don't okay. Handgun also, okay. It's one more with a shotgun, rifle, and it's another type of gun. I don't I'm not too familiar, but I do know what a nine is. Okay. I'm just saying I know the handguns. But when you get to these bigger ones, and I think the shotgun is more powerful. I do know that than that rifle. Okay. Um but he was saying if you don't need a license in some states, so check your states. And I would suggest that you can order them online. You can order them at Academy. You can order them at some other places. But I would suggest that I hope that you already have you're practicing your Second Amendment. I hope that you already have your weapon, okay, your protection. I do hope that we're not walking around here unarmed, okay. Everywhere you go, I need you guys to be proactive, family. I need you to understand how dangerous it is out here, and it is time for us to think out of the box. Okay, I think it's time for us to really get it together and understand how much danger we are really in. And I just don't think that we as Black folk understand the danger because I see some people riding the bikes and I see some people walking and I see some people out and about and they're nothing. They don't have I'm not seeing any budgets. I'm not seeing anything. I think that it is time for us to take our mindset to the next level. I think it's time for us to think outside of the box. What used to be good is not good now. And I think we need to be doing some different things. I do have a call 414. It's hard to see if you guys want to talk or so when you call in, if you show up on my screen, I will answer. If you just want to listen, that's okay. You can, hey, how you doing? You can speak and then you'll say, I'm just wanting to listen. And then I'll put you back in the queue so you can listen. But 414, I'm answering the call now. How are you? Any comments or questions?
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I feel good. I feel good. I got two quick questions.
Okay.
You're doing really good. You're very interesting. How do we suppose to make? Because you're making it very realistic. How are we supposed to? Do we do that individually? Do we get the family back to? Do we do it through the family? And the second question is, how can we do it? Do we do it with the church, or do we exclude the church from this building process?
Well, let me help you. And you're going to stay on live because I want to ask. The first question was, how do we do it? You mean as far as the move, or how do we build the city, or what part are you asking me? How do we do what? Go into more details for me.
How do we how do we move and come together and build, at this time?
Okay.
Individually and collectively.
It's always going to be as a group. Okay, NFAC. Have you heard of the guy NFAC?
Maybe I'm not saying it right, but you can understand.
Yeah. Have you heard of the guy on NFAC, Grandmaster? Have you heard, and have you saw him on YouTube, or have you saw him on Instagram? Okay, he's got a group. Okay, if you want to. Okay. Well, why not join his group? He has a group, and if you want to join, you have to. Don't be no. You said that you want to do it, right? Okay, I know we're not scared. Okay, if you have, the more the merrier. If the more we have, the better it is for us. Okay, you can't do anything by yourself. It's going to take a collective whole. And if you want to join, all you have to do is go to info@blacknfac.com. And you can shoot him an email and let him know that you are interested in joining. So he is actually doing it. He's actually getting things together. He's going nationwide, from state to state. And the ones that want to join his group, you can. And you do have to have a weapon. You have to have either a rifle or a shotgun. You have to have a handgun, but you have to have a license for a handgun. You check your city out, though, to see if you need a license for a shotgun or rifle, but you usually don't. Okay. But check your state out. But you do need a license to carry a handgun, open carry. Okay. If you want to carry it in your purse, you don't need. Well, you do need a license to carry if you want to carry it in your purse also. But open carry, sometimes you don't have to have one. Open carry, depending on your state. My state, I don't need a license. I do have a permit, and I do have a license, but I can open carry or put it in my purse, either one. Okay. But you have to check with your state. Right. But you asked another question, and I think the church is not. This is not a church thing, because, and the reason I say that, we've been in church forever. And the church taught us absolutely nothing. The church didn't even teach you who you were as a person. The church didn't even tell you that you are the real ones that walked through that desert. That was you. In the Bible, that was you. The church didn't even touch grounds on the other books that are lost. The church doesn't even touch any of that. The church talks about nothing about being delivered and set free. The church didn't even do the healing of the Black community. The church doesn't even talk about Black issues. The church has sold out the 503c. Okay, that the church is into that. How are you going to be a church and hooked up with the government? Did you see where Trump paid the church their salary when COVID hit? Since when does the government pay for your salary? That's what I need you to understand. Okay. So my thing is, the church has set you out, has sold you out, whether you believe it or not. They don't talk about any Black issues. When men and women, when families, when they put the drugs in our community, the church didn't talk about that. When every time the Black family goes through anything, the church never talks about it. They preach on what? Get yours, claiming it, naming it, and getting it. No, stuff that doesn't work. I'm not trying to bash church. I'm not trying to bash you. I promise you. I am trying to wake Black folk up to help us to understand that it's not about the church right now. It is about you getting with somebody, and the more the merrier. And the NFAC is doing it right now. And this dude is talking about building the city. He gives the plans to people that want to join. Okay, and I'm going to go over some of the processing that it's going to take. Okay. Yeah, TDJ. Yeah, but you buying your daughter a $4 million house, but your church is starving. Your church is starving for information. Yeah, but I have an issue with the church. I bet I used to be there. I used to be there faithfully until I woke up, until I understood that it was a lot that the church didn't teach, wasn't teaching, didn't teach, and it wasn't working for me anymore. So when something does not work, I am not going to continue doing something that doesn't work. Just like Black folk voting, that doesn't work.
there and have a rational conversation with the leadership and reconcile the differences?
No, sir, because guess what? If you're not teaching me what I need to know, why am I going to continue? And how am I going to come in your house and tell you what you need to be teaching? Aren't you supposed to have that connection to Yashua to get it, to understand, to understand what you should be teaching his people and not your people? Why would I have to come to you and tell you what I need to know? You understand what I'm saying? I'm trusting you that you're giving me the right information. I'm trusting you that you're going to lead me into the right direction. I'm trusting you that you've given me what I need in order to walk in this walk. But what did I get? Love everybody. But what does the word say? The word is for Israel. It's not for everybody. But if you don't have that revelation, you'll think, yeah, love everybody. So you go around forgiving people, which is white folk that don't even want your forgiveness. You end up forgiving them for shooting your son in the head. You end up forgiving them for coming in your son's house, who's sitting on the couch eating a bowl of ice cream. Who you come in and you shoot him, but I'm forgiving you. You forget, you understand what I'm saying? You end up forgiving 9 people in the church. A shooter comes in, no discernment to understand that there's danger sitting right next to you, but I'm gonna forgive you. You just shot my son, you just shot my daughter, you just shot my family member in the head, but I'm gonna forgive you. That's not what the word meant. It didn't mean forgive it, not like that. Your enemy is Israel, each other, your brother. Those are not they're not included in everybody. When you hear, but if you churched out, this truth is going to be so weird and so different. You're not used to this truth because you're used to what the pastor has taught you. Your pastor has not taught you how to survive this racism right now. They don't even talk about when our babies are getting shot, or the church is talking about it. The churches aren't talking about this. Have you heard one church talk about what's going on in the Black community right now with the policing? And they've been killing us for a long time.
Not before the epidemic, or not now. You right.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, we have to get to the point where when something does not work for us, we let it go. We've been doing church for years, and it's never worked. People don't even understand what Jesus was called before the letter J was put into the alphabet. The letter J just came into the alphabet 400 years ago. What was he called before Jesus? And do you understand the name Jesus, where they got the name Jesus from, and who he really is? Huh? Who was his name? What does it mean? Okay. What does the name Jesus mean? What did they call him before they start calling him Jesus? Do you know?
Right.
No. Do you know?
Not really.
Okay, Yashua. That's what his name. That's what his name is. Did you know that the Roman Catholics switched Saturday from Sunday from Saturday worship to Sunday? The church did that. The Roman Catholics did that. Did you know that the real day to serve is on Saturday? Did you know that? So this is, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but this is stuff that should be known. But some of these pastors know it, but they're not teaching it. They know it. Some of these pastors know, but are you teaching it? And to know and not teach your congregation, that right there, he said, "Woe until whoever." He said, "Woe until the shepherd that lead my sheep astray." Ain't that what he said? What does that woe mean? I'm putting you in control. I'm putting you in charge, and I expect you to do the right thing. But if you don't, woe unto you that don't do the right thing. That's what it meant.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. And that's exactly right. And I agree with you. Isn't it true that are you saying that the church, we're not going to turn our attention, people not going to turn their attention and attack the church, or is the church alienating people from the truth and the culture? What? And isn't it true that we as Black people, we had problems way before the church?
We had problems. We've had problems since slavery, since we got to these Americas. We had problems. We weren't Christians. Do you not know that we weren't Christians before we got to these? Okay, it started in the Portuguese. Okay, that's where if you really want to go into it, we came from Israel, ran this out. It's a lot to it, but you have to understand where it all started. The church is not here to it's here to lullaby you. It's here to keep you asleep. It's here to keep you docile. It's here to keep you having.
What's a classic example of that? Because that's so true.
The classic example is look around Black folk now. We were so afraid. This new guy is coming, and he does some teaching 8 a.m. 8:30 in the mornings, and he does teachings, and his teachings is so it's eye opening. He's talking about some stuff that you've never learned in the church. He's going into the books that were the lost books. He goes into the lost books, and we're going to talk about that on this show. One point he goes into the lost books, which is a lot of great books, but you have to understand that it's more about learning your culture. And that's what we did. We weren't Christians before we got here. We were into our heritage and into our culture. We knew who we were. We knew where we came from. We knew our heritage. We knew the traditions. We kept the laws and statutes and commandments. And what gets me is the church told you you didn't have to. The church told you you could eat pork. The church told you to do everything that Yashua taught you against. The church came and told you, who was part of Roman Catholic, that it was okay to eat this different stuff. So, and told you that the laws are done away with. But the laws never were done away with. Why would I have laws in my home, on my job, in the world, but not in the church? That made no sense to me. Does that make sense to you? But that's what the church taught us, that the statute, laws, and the commandments were done away with. They never were done away with. That's what man told you. But Yah never told us that. He gave us the foundation. We believed in the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible. Okay, the New Testament came later, but we believed in the Torah. You have to understand that. And if you don't understand what's going on now, that's why the church is shut down, even now with the COVID. It's still going to get shut down again. This thing right here is not, this is one of the plagues that we're going through. It's globally. Have you ever heard of anything like this globally? Have you ever heard of culture standing up for Black folk globally? Have you ever heard of Africa standing up for Black folk like they have through this pandemic? Through all of the murderings and the killings of Black folk. Have you ever heard of anything? Have you ever seen anything that you're seeing right now? I've never heard of it. I've never seen it happen before. Globally, COVID is globally. Okay. And you have to understand, because of the way they treated Black folk, this is why they dying the way they're dying. This is why white folk are not being able to reproduce babies. He's bringing that thing all the way 360 back to the way it was first Black. That's what he's doing, and people don't understand that. Why do you think your open enemy is not able to have reproduce babies? But guess what? They're using our men, and they're using some women to reproduce their babies to recreate our enemies. So if you are mixing and mingling with other cultures, you're dead wrong. And Deuteronomy 7 tells you about that. He never, ever, 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 ever wanted Black folk to mix and mingle with white folk or any other culture that's not Black.
That's right.
He never, just like when Martin Luther King said, I have a dream, that wasn't a God dream, because God never told us to mix and mingle our seeds with our open enemies. And these enemies cannot be your wives or husbands. They are your enemies, and you don't marry enemies. And I don't understand what is so hard about people understanding who their enemy is. You don't call your enemy friend. If you have an enemy, are you going to go and have dinner with that person tonight? Are you going to sleep in the same bed with them? Are you going to marry them? Are you going to eat with them? Are you going to turn your back on them and give them a gun and turn your back? I'm just saying, we calling the wrong people friends. This is what happened when we came over here. They took away our culture. They took away the heritage. They took away everything that that Yah stood for. They replaced it with the church and told us it was okay to do. Because guess what? If you introduce Israel to sin, if you introduce them to the wrong diet, if you introduce them to the wrong culture, guess what happens? We will provoke Yah because we sinning. He said, introduce them to sin, and they'll bring curses on themselves. Remember the one prophet that went to the king, and the king went to the one prophet, and he said, I want you to pray against Israel. I want you to curse Israel. Remember? And what he said, I can't do that. He said, why? He said, because God's blessed them. I can't curse what's already blessed. He said, but you can introduce sexual, introduce them to same-sex marriage, introduce them to pork, introduce them to the wrong diet, introduce them to serving and worshiping on Sundays instead of Saturday, and they'll bring the curses upon themselves. That's what it was all about. And people don't understand that.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
Right. That's very good.
I'm just, so we have to understand. We have to understand what's really going on here. Okay, this is why the young man was talking about total separation, and I believe in total separation too. I believe the worst thing we could have did was brought our children in it with our enemies. And the Black Panther was talking about that, and we're gonna read over some of the 10 steps that the Black Panther had. The Black Panther had a really great model that it still stands today because none of it was done, and that's what they died for. But some of that stuff was the breakfast came from the Black Panthers that the schools are doing today. But that was one of the Black Panthers' idea. They created that and they just continued it on. That was one thing that the Black Panthers put in place that the government continued on.
And they used to say power to the people. What that meant?
Just meant power to the. That's what the Black Panthers meant. Yeah, the Black Panthers meant that power to the people. That's what the Black Panthers. You remember when James Brown sung I'm black and I'm proud. Black folk right now today don't even want. They don't even want to be black. They don't want to even know what it is to be black. Then you talk about being black to some black folk, and they look at you like, oh, excuse me, like you crazy. Like being black. What do you mean black? Oh my God, I'm not black. They'll come up with I'm whatever. You want to be everything but black right now. Because this is what happened when you allow your open enemy to teach and educate your children. Because guess what? If I can educate your child, I can change a whole generation. Because I'm going to teach you how nothing you are, and I'm going to teach you how great my culture was. My culture did this. We found you as slaves. They never talk before we became slaves. They never talk about when we were in Israel and Africa and how we were kings and queens. They never talk about that. They never talk about the greatness of our ancestors. They never talk about the inventions that they stole from us. They never talk about the good stuff that we did. But why would they? Because if I'm your enemy, I'm always going to make you look as bad as I can. So why would I care what you look like? You have to understand the whole, how it really is with them. I'm going to always want to make you look as bad as I can. And they do that even today on the news. They'll put everything bad on the news about you. And when they have one white story, they won't show his face. But they done plastered black folk all for the whole 30 minutes they do in the news, right? I don't even watch the news. I wouldn't even put that in my spirit. If it's not positive, I'm not watching it. If it's not black first, I'm not watching it. I have nothing to do with a lot of white folk, and they'll think, oh, you don't like us. It's not about not liking you. It's about me not trusting you. And I know your history when it comes to me. So why am I going to trust you? And why do I want to be friends with my enemy? That's where black folk get. This thing here is for naught, because until we understand who the enemy is, and that's the problem. We don't recognize, because we didn't pass down with our children how to recognize our enemy. We didn't pass down who our enemy was.
That's right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you one more thing, and that's a good, because of what you said. I want to try to abstract some type of antidote or solution to something that in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I'm from, like about 4 or 5 months ago, it's like on 10th and Locust. I don't even live in that neighborhood, but it was a black guy. He killed 5. He killed 2 of his kids, the wife, and 3 other girls. He killed his whole family. And then he called the police and sat right there. And I'm like, how is joining the NFCA or building under the defense, how could any of that could have helped this unbalanced or off-balanced black man? How could any of that could prevent anything like that from happening again in our community?
Let me ask you a question. What was he?
That black man from doing something like that?
Was he black? I mean, he was black, right? Was his wife white?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, no. He was a black. He was just 42-year-old regular black man.
What about his wife? Was she white, or his girlfriend?
She was a black. She was a black girl.
Okay.
In the heart of the ghetto.
Let me help you to understand. Once we understand our culture, if I teach my child right now how great they are and how proud it is to be black, and I instill that in them, do you not think that would change the world, our society, our black culture? Me telling you how great you are, and I'm gonna tell you what, black men, and my hat goes off to my black men. I love me some black men. I'm telling you, when I see them in the fight, because I know the hell that you guys go through every single day. It's a lot of pressure out here. I don't know his situation, but I do believe if he could have gotten to somebody positive, some positive role models, some positive black men, some positivity. If he maybe he didn't have a job, maybe he was trying to get a job, maybe he couldn't feed his kids. It could have been anything going on right now with our black men. But I'm gonna tell you what, I see my husband and I see black men, and I'm telling you, they have hell from the time they wake up there in the morning to the time they close their eyes. They wake up, they go to work, they work with these white folk all day, they getting hell on these jobs. You go, you get off work, you go to the store, you're getting hell at the store, you go to the gas station, you get hell at the gas station, you go to the gym, you having hell. You see what I'm saying? Everywhere, every moment, every second of every day, our black men could possibly not make it home. That's a lot of weight on somebody. I don't know his life, but I do believe that if he could have gotten with some positive black male role models, which this NFAC is going to be put into different chapters, which is going to be put in different cities. Okay, and I do believe that that's what he's trying to do, put it in every city, which is an amazing thing. But I think if he could have gotten to somebody positive, don't you believe that that could have possibly changed his mind to help him to understand that just hold on one more day, just to have somebody to talk to for that moment, that second of that day? And how do we know that he didn't try to talk to somebody, but they weren't available for him that day? Well, I don't know his situation, but I do believe that if he could have gotten with some positive men and he could have had some positive men friends around him, somebody could have had a great word for him that could have possibly stopped him from committing this horrible crime. I do believe that, but I don't want you to
And
think.
you know what? You absolutely right, because when I was 20, I'm 47 now. When I was 25, I went through some dark feelings and terrible times, and I called the church and I met with the pastor. The pastor told me, "Why are you so angry, young man?" And he told me, "If you get your mind right with God,
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You see,
it just made me more angry."
But did you see?
I didn't even understand my own anger.
Exactly. But did you hear what he said? Now, how was that? How was you? Okay, you went to a pastor, and just what I just said.
Yeah.
What when I okay? Did he help you? Did you hear what he told you? He told you to do what? He told you to get your mind right. I'm coming to you for some positive reinforcement, and you tell me to get my mind right. Well, why don't you tell me how to do that? How about that? This is what I'm saying. It's not about the church right now for me. Now, I'm not saying for anybody else. I can't tell anybody else what to do. But I'm saying right now, it's about us as black folk coming together. And I do believe, I'm going to tell you what, this mixing and mingling has done more harm for over 500, 400, 500 plus years in the black family. I think the worst thing we could have did, because by me integrating, I lost my culture, I lost my code of behavior, I lost my history, I lost my heritage, I lost who I am as a black woman. I lost the way to communicate. I lost, and I was told for 400 years, if you've been told how nothing you are, how ignorant, how disgusting, if you were told and you were broken down every day and you're destroyed each and every day for 400 years, I'm surprised more black men ain't killing themselves every day. I'm just saying, because you guys have had it rough. I'm telling you, I just don't know how y'all do it every day, because I watch and I see how they treat. I got an African guy I work with at work, and I tell you, every last person in that building treats him like a dog. And I get so mad and I take up for him, and I'm like, I'm a woman. Why you ain't taking up for yourself? And I get on them all the time. I say, don't let them talk to you like that. You know me, a woman. I just, I get so upset and I get excited every time I see it. And I'm like, why do you let them talk to you like that? You walk away or something. He just smiling, he grin, he goes, but he knows what they're saying, but he's been there 25 years and he don't care. He said, but guess what? You have to understand, when Africans come over here, they're colonized. So they're thinking that white man is right. I mean, this is a dude that told me that black folk were cursed and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I said, who told you that? He said some monk told him that. And I told him, I said, well, the monk is being prejudiced. Okay. I do believe the monk is, being prejudiced. How you going, how you looking at a black man and telling him he from the devil and he's cursed from the devil. Who listens to that? I said, and he loves this man. They call him Baba G or whatever. They have it's called a guru for them. Okay. But I said, who listens to somebody that talks to you like that and thinks that about you and told you that's what I think about you, and you still look up to him? Why? I don't understand it. So when he starts talking about this one dude, I can't even get with him. So I walk away. But this is actually something that was told to him. That black folk were, we were of the devil. We were the devil's children, and we were cursed. That's what they go around saying. Okay. But anything to break you down, anything to make you look bad, anything to make you feel bad is what's going to come out of their mouth. But every time white folks talk about us, they're talking about themselves. I twist it right around on them. Just like,
and we got an inferiority complex too.
Exactly. And where you get it from? You got it from your open enemy, because I want to be friends with my open enemy. I want to go to school with them. I want to work with them. I want to be around them all the time. Because their ice is much better and much colder than mine. And that's a lie. Everything I just said was a lie, but we believe it. We believe it. And we got sucked into that. And even when I was much younger, I used to think, why would Martin Luther King do this? And I do believe, and I'm gonna just tell you my personal belief, and I've heard some things, but I do believe that he was being used by the government at first. He didn't know it, but then once he believed and saw it and understood it, that's when he said, I'm getting ready to go get our check. Remember that last speech he said? We're getting ready to go get our check, and he died, right? He knew. I don't think he knew in the beginning, but in the end, he said, I believe I brought, what he said, I believe I brought my people to a burning building. He did say that. So he understood the wrong that he did. But he was so, of course, how do I tell people that I'm wrong and turn them back around? And, I think if he had did that, it wasn't too late, because we still had over 200 cities. We were still, we had our bus, we had bus companies, we had hospitals, we had our own homes, we had land, we had businesses, we had everything, right? 200 cities. And he came and told us, we're going to come together with white folk, and we had to get up under our enemy. That didn't make no sense to me. So everything that we had, we let go, and we came over there under them. And what we got, we still been under them ever since. And what do we have? Absolutely nothing. Why would you come from slavery and get from your open enemy? You living on one side of town, they living on the other side of town, and you got somebody come to you and say, I think we need to go back over there with them, because they have better everything. But I would have been looking at him like, all we have to do is put our money into our hospitals, into our education, into our whatever, and we can have just what they got. But that's not what we weren't thinking about that. We thought that our open enemy was going to be our savior. Really? Is that really something that we would think? What in the world?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm reading some of the comments. I'm just reading your comments. I got you, Bertha. You are something else, boy. You need to call in, Bertha. You do. You need to call in. You need to say what you need to say. But I do appreciate you calling. Do you have any more questions for me? I want you to continue listening.
That'd be it.
I want you to continue listening. I'll put you back in the queue. But do you have any more questions or comments?
That was it. You knocked them out the
park. I'm just speaking truth, brother. But keep on listening. I do appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm put you back in the queue. You can still listen.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you guys for calling. I do appreciate you being, very patient. And I want us to talk about these 10 steps. I'm getting ready to, let me pull it up. I just had it up. I want to talk about these 10 steps. And these 10 steps, you guys, let me see, these 10 steps. Give me a few minutes, family. I'm trying to get it up. Some other stuff is coming up. Hold on. Okay, the 10 steps. Let's talk about the 10 steps. Now, these are the 10 point program that the Black Panther had. I want you guys to listen to this. And this is still some stuff that we should have had today or already. Now, we're talking about, this is Black Panther stuff way back in what, 60s, 63, 64, 65. This stuff should have been happened. Okay. They said, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our Black community. What did they do? They came in and gentrified it, didn't they? Okay. And why did they gentrify it? They gentrified to divide and conquer. They said, we're going to spread these black folk between these hostile white folk. And that's exactly what they did, didn't they? They took us from our comfort homes and they put you in and they mixed you in with everybody. Why they do that? Because if I can divide, I can conquer you, right? And then you're going to begin to go to their schools, we go to their colleges, we begin to learn their ways, right? Some of the stuff that they are doing, we wouldn't, that's not our culture. That's not our culture, and it hurts me even now that I've heard that some of this stuff, they're trying to take to Africa, but it's a crime. It's a crime for homosexuality in Africa. I do believe that. I believe somebody told me that in Ghana and some other places. But we have to understand that it was all about mixing and mingling in us, okay? Because they knew. You're not gonna tell me that they didn't know and understand where we were gonna be at today, okay? Because right now they have us saving them. Okay, because right now they're unable to have babies. And what are we doing, family? We are producing with them, reproducing with them. Okay, because they can't. They have low sperm counts. Okay, and they're unable to reproduce babies. So they're using our bodies, they're using our men, and they're using our women to incubate their disgusting little creatures. Okay, they're Neanderthal babies. Okay, the little demons. I call them. They're recreating Satan's seed. Okay, I do believe that they are Satan's seed. I don't care what nobody say, and I do believe that we are recreating little demons. Okay, and they said we believe that Black people will not be free until we are able to determine our destiny. That's true, right? Okay. Number two, I think it's 10 of them. So just bear with me, you guys. Number 10, it says we want full employment for our people. Okay, which is true. Who we served, we built this country. There is no reason that Black folk right now should be unemployed. We built this country. We taught them how to do it. We did it in slavery, and now you mean to tell me when we was doing it for free, we could do it for free? But now that you can pay us to do it, you don't want to pay us to do it. You don't want to hire us because I'm gonna tell you, it used to be some jobs like we used to have jobs like construction. You see Black folk on working on highways. I mean, big money. We used to see a lot of Black truck drivers. We used to see a lot of Black men doing these money making jobs. Now, what we see them working? Popeyes, Wendy's, flipping hamburgers, making 8.50 an hour. Are you serious? Grown men with babies making 8.50 an hour? What? What are you supposed to do with that? What are you supposed to do with that? That's ridiculous. And then it makes me mad how when I look and see prisoners that can work for what 5 cents doing what license plates and doing they get great skills. Okay, if you go to school in prison, you can come out with a degree. Okay, I've seen it because I worked in a prison and a lot of my inmates they went to school. I made them go sign up for something. I don't care, leave, you do something. I made them sign up for something. I don't care what you sign up for. You're gonna leave here, and I did. I made my unit go. Everybody in my unit was going to school. I wanted you to make something out of yourself. I didn't want you to spend your time sitting up watching TV. Go get your GED, go get your trade. And they can get trades and degrees in jail, okay? But my thing is, if I can do that in jail, and some of these white folk that went in jail come out and got like Margaret, what's her name? Margaret, Martha Stewart, right? She went to jail, remember? That woman come out, she was making millions, thousands before she went to jail. She came out and got right back in her position and continued on, right? Why is it that white folk can get in jail, go to jail, come out of jail, get right back in their position and continue on, but Black folk, one guy, somebody I know, great guy, and he's a good hard worker, was in jail for 15 years, come out of jail, and it was, he can get a job though, but it's always like with the employment office, okay? And he can get a job, but a lot of them won't hire him full time. And they'll hire him through the employment office, but they won't hire him through the company because he has a felony. But I'm like looking at this and I'm like, but I can work for half, but you can't hire me to pay me the whole thing. That makes no sense to me. I don't understand. He's had some very good jobs, but they don't pay him no money because he was in jail. So again, you're trying to get free labor. Again, I don't understand that. But I can work for free. I can make my little 5 cents or 7 cents, whatever it is. It's going right in jail now. But when I get out, I can't make but 8.50, if that. Black folk, let me tell you something. Right now, if you've been in jail and you are sitting on my live, I want you to do this for me. Whatever your gift is, I want you to set out and get your own business. A lot of times it won't take, some people want to do car detailing, some people want to, you got a trade in jail, car mechanic, you learned plumbing in jail. I want you to open your own business. I want you to get some cards. You can go to Vistaprint, order you some cards, and start your own business. Stop trying to beg these white folk to do anything for you. They can care less if you eat or not. They can care less if your family eat or not. They don't care nothing about you. I want you to do this for me. Get you some cards made up and start passing out your cards. Let me tell you something. This right here, this is a reset. I'm telling you, I'm going to go there. This is a reset for us, family. This is right what we're going through right now is birthing pains. We are getting ready to get into what we first, okay? We're getting ready to come back to black folk being on top. Do you see God is doing it? Do you see when you go on these corners and you see who's begging? Who you see begging? Black folk or black folk or white folk? Go there with me. Think about it. And if you can't remember, the next time you go to Walmart, that's usually where they hang out at. See who's holding them cups, black or white folk. This is a reset. And family, black family, if you can cook, get your catering business. If you can cook, if you can draw, I'm telling you, this is your time to do for self. This is your time. I'm telling you, you have people out here that will sponsor you. For me, if I see somebody trying to do, I got you. I got $50 or $100 to help you out. I'm just saying, I love to see my people doing for themselves. I hate people working for anybody. I already have it lined up for my grandbaby to have her own business. I already got that set for her. She's ready already because I know that she's like her grandma. She ain't gonna be able to take, too many white folk can't take. They understand me now at my job, okay? But I still have other stuff that I'm working on, okay? But my thing is, you use that. If you are working a job right now, use that as a means to get you to the next level, family. Don't stay on these jobs for 20 and 30 years taking their crap from them. You tell them, and you could flip that hamburger. But if you can flip a hamburger for them, you can flip your own hamburger for your own business. I'm just saying, okay? If you can do a GoFundMe, do a GoFundMe. People will want to see. Give me a business plan. Do a GoFundMe and have your business plan ready. Come on. People would love to support you. I got the first 50. Do a GoFundMe and you show me a business plan. I'm just saying. At least you'll see some money in there. And you can get your own website for what? I did a Shopify. I did a Shopify website. And I think I paid what? $30? First 30 days was free. Okay. But then I had to pay for the domain, which is 10. That's for a year domain for $10. And I paid $40 total, but $30 a month for my own website. And I'm gonna tell you what, and maybe I'll talk about it. There's a website where you can go, you can make your website to where you're picking the items that you want to sell. You don't touch anything. They order from you, you order from them, and you have them to send it to them. That's drop shipping. You can do that. I'm just saying, if you want your own business, if you want your own storefront, and that's what everything is going online, family. I'm telling you, everything is going online. If you want to sell rims for a car, it's going online. If you want to sell clothing, ladies' clothing, if you want to sell gym shoes, whatever you want to sell, you can do it. I'm just saying, you can do this. You have to keep your focus. If you want to do for you, nobody's going to bail us out. Nobody is caring enough about you to help you to get out of this. We can do this, but you have to know that you can do it. Write you up a business plan. Go to the library and figure out how. Look up here on this computer, internet. Internet will tell you anything you want to know about a business plan. But you have to have a business plan. People have to know that you want to do what you want to do, and you got a plan on how you're going to get there, A, B, C, and D. Don't just come up and say, "If you need $50, I got a candle business I'm trying to open up." Well, okay, I'll give you 10 to get you some cards out. Okay, but show me some product. Don't come to me asking for no money. You show me a product. Show me something you're trying to do. Show me something. Show me something. Do. Come on, you guys. We can do this. Don't look for everybody to do it for you. We'll help you to get there, but we can't do it for you. You got to have that motivation. Okay, You got to have that motivation. If you do a GoFundMe, do you know how many black folk, $10 here, $10 here, $20 here, and $20? You know, black folk don't have a whole lot of money, but I'm just saying, somebody may have come into an inheritance and say, okay, how much you need? I'm gonna start you up. You just never know. Put it out there. Stop sitting up there just sitting, oh, I wish I could have, should have, would have. I sure wish I could have my own business, but I just don't know how to do. No, sir, we're not doing that. No, ma'am. No, we're not doing that. Because if you everything that pertains to this life, you already have it. It's already in you. You already operating your gifts, and I guarantee you, half people on here, you've already been operating in your gift, and you've been doing it for free. Okay, now make some money because he said your gift would make room for you, right? Okay, your gift will make room for you. I believe that. And if you walking in the right direction, doors will open. I got a girl. Let me announce her business right now. Lord, please forgive me. I got to announce my girlfriend, Victoria. She got her own business. I'm gonna tell you, worked with her on my job. Met her in training, and she has her own business, and it's 1530 Martin Street in Winston Salem, and she's having a grand opening August 15th, and she does candles, and she does hair. Okay, and she's looking for other people to rent spaces, to, like, if you have like your own business, and she's looking for some more people to rent out spaces from her. So it's like she has a building. Okay, the same thing I want to do. I actually been looking for a building, and she's going to bring in different vendors, and you can pay her weekly, and you can start your own business. I'm just saying. And black folk, I know the topic was something else, but I'm just trying to help us to think about what's going on right now. We can pool our monies together. If we have a barber, a cosmetologist, a nail tech, a pedicurist, a massage person, that's 5 people that can pool their monies together. You pool your monies together. You just got some money. You just got to $100. Okay, even if you got $100, say, hey, I got 100. You got $500. You do it for 2 weeks, you'll have $1,000. Okay, you do it for another month, $100. I'm just saying, $100 a week. Put it away. After 2 months, I mean, after 2 weeks, you'll have what? $2,000. That'll be enough for a building. I'm just saying. You come on together, get your clientele up, start working on your clientele, start working on your clients, okay, and open your shop. It's just that easy. I promise you, it's not as hard. But if you have to pull your monies together with some like-minded people, okay? Just like when you want to build a city, you're gonna have to pull your retail, you're gonna have to pull your resources together. And I do want to get on that, but let me finish my 10 points. Okay, I keep getting off focus on it, don't I? Okay. They said they want full employment for our people. Okay. We believe that the federal government is responsible and obligated to give every man employment or a guaranteed income. Okay, we built this country. Why can't we have a guaranteed income? I don't understand why are most of our men unemployed? So 50% are unemployed, and 40% of our children are unemployed. Okay, I'm just saying. Number 3, he said we want an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. Okay. Um, yes, yes. What do you do, Mark? What kind of business you have? Let me know. Put it in the comments. What kind of business? What kind of business? And give me what you need. Whatever information you want to give, I'll shout it out right here, right now. I sure will. I believe in helping my brothers. I believe in helping me some black folk. I'm just saying. And they said by the capitalists of our black community, we believe that this racist government has robbed us, and now we are demanding the overdue debt of 40 acres and a mule. 40 acres and 2 mules were promised 100 years ago as restitution for slave labor and mass murder of black people. We will accept the payment in currency, which will be distributed to our many communities. Do you not know? They've been talking about this community stuff, reparations, since, okay, Black Panthers talked about it first, okay? And then Martin Luther King, he did mention it, okay, about cutting the check, but they killed him, so he couldn't start it. He couldn't continue it. But they have been talking about reparations, restitution, and maintenance, okay, because I believe that all is owed: restitution, reparations, and maintenance, okay, for all of the pain and suffering. And I don't believe we just get one check. As much as you given the Jews or have given the Jews, or you give the Jews now, that's the same amount or more that you're giving black folk, because more than 6 million or 3 million. It really wasn't 6 million of them. It was only 3 million for the truth that died. Okay. But how many millions and trillions of black folk died? Over 150 million, if I'm not mistaken, slaves died. I'm just saying, died. Over 150 slaves died, million slaves died to their little 3 million. Okay. But the Jews get paid every year, and America pays them. But guess what? They did. Nothing happened on our ground. So why are we paying the Jews for anything? And I don't care. People say, "Oh, you being anti-Shemitic." Let me tell you something. You have to have Shemitic blood in order to be called Shemitic. Anything, and for me to be talking about some anti-Shemitic, you have to be Shemitic. They're from Khazaria. They're Khazarians, okay, which is from Poland. They're not from no part of Israel. They stole that land. Okay. When they came from Khazarian, they knew that that land was empty. And even some of their people have talked about how they got that land. Okay. Advanced remodel in construction, masonry, and master mechanic. Oh wow. Okay. I didn't know you do that. Okay. Advanced remodeling and construction, masonry, which is a brick. They do the bricks, right, Mark? Okay, and master mechanics. Wow, awesome, you guys. We got some. Probably need to put a phone number in there. I'm just saying, if you want people to, if you want people, you just never know how many people gonna see this live and be looking for a mason, a master mechanic. You do advanced remodeling in construction and masonry work. I'm just saying, you never know who may need that information. Put it out there. I believe that it's always through somebody. Okay, we want education for our people that expose the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches our children true history and our role in the present day society. We believe in an educational system that will give our people a knowledge of self. If a man does not have a knowledge of self, and his position in society and the world, then he has little chance to relate to anything else. And I do believe, and this comes back to that question that that young man that called asked me: Do I believe that if that young man had some positive role models, do I believe that he would have done that? No, I don't. Unless he had some mental issues going on, and I could guarantee you that a lot of black folk have PTSD, and I do that's post traumatic slave disorder. I'm serious because we passed down trauma from our in our DNA, and a lot of stuff that bothers us, that a lot of issues that we have has been passed down from generation to generation, and people don't understand how much our people how much our people actually suffered in slavery. They went through hell. I mean, trauma, real trauma. I mean, toes being cut off with no anesthesia. Women was, different experiments was being done on women. Babies, they would have babies, and one man would put something in the do some. Oh my God, some of the stuff that was being done to these babies, he would inject something in their brain, and he thought that he was trying to align something. It was some stupid experiment that he was doing. And Dr. Joy Druguri, she talks a lot. I can't get her last name. Druguri, Drury. Okay, that's her last name. Look her up. And she talks about the post traumatic slave syndrome. Look her up. And I'm telling you, some of them stories was horrific. Some of the stuff and I remember one lady that they was talking about, they would get by these slaves and they would do medical experiments on them. And that's the sole reason that they bought those slaves. Can you imagine if she bought you and she did an experiment, men, of chopping off your genitals and see if you would live if you ain't have one? I'm just saying this is some of the stuff that they would do to people. And no telling, everybody knew when that couple would adopt you or would buy you, that you knew that you was getting ready to go through some horrible, horrible stuff. And one lady, one slave, actually, her husband had a baby by, and she blamed the slave, and then the slave, she knew she was gonna die because the lady had met with her that night, and she knew she was gonna die. So the girl jumped out the window and killed herself. I'm just saying, this is some stuff that went on. But yes, Mark, let me see. Okay, Mark, yes. Best new roofing installation 414-610-0957. Chad, for promoting my positive business that God gave me. Love and peace. Yes, I like that. Look at there. Okay, okay. That's new roofing installation is 414-610-0957. So you guys, if y'all need some roofing or read the comments. Mr. Mark got some stuff in there. I'm gonna put your Gmail in there. Okay, Gmail is CMAC 4927 8293 at gmail.com. Chad. Okay. All right. So you guys got some information here for we got a gentleman that a king on here that we gonna promote his business because we are here to help each other. I believe in promoting my own. I believe that if you can let allow white folk to do it and they treat you in the kind of way, we can give that business to our own. And stop thinking everything is going to be perfect because white folk have had what thousands of years to get it perfect. Okay, and if I believe that if we support each other, we can shut America down, family. I do believe that if we support each other, we can shut America down. Okay. I want to get through these. And then he said, number six was we want. Wait a minute, did I do that one? Yes. And I do believe in educating our own babies because I do believe that if we educate our own babies, society would be totally different. Okay. We want all black men to be exempt from the military service. I totally agree. I don't believe that we need to be sending our children to fight for a country that hates them for one. I don't believe we need to send our children to fight for a country, another country's freedom, when you're not free yourself. I'm going over there to fight for China for their freedom when I got to come back here and some of our men died. They was hung up in their uniform. I mean, I'm serious. They would, and they was treated terrible in the service. So I'm just saying, dare, I would not dare send my child to service. And I did preach that against my girls. I said, no service, no, 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 let them go. Let Hillary send her daughters. Let Bill Clinton send little Chelsea. Also, if Bill, who was that? Bush, let him send his girls. If they want my girls, you got to go get the Senate and the Congress first. You are not getting mine, okay? And I remember one time a Army recruiter, whoever had called my house, and I said, let me tell you something. Don't call my house again because mine you will not get. I have already programmed them to never step foot and fight for a country that hates them. And guess what? They never called my house again. I'm just saying. I digress with that one. Okay, number seven. We almost done, family. Then I got some other stuff I want to. Don't forget Victoria's. She makes candles. She does braiding, and she's also looking for. She has another extra spot, and there's another girl that does some waxing and some massages in there. So she's got a really great thing going. I want you guys to go and see her, and it's at 1530 Martin Street, and that's in Winston-Salem. Okay, Suite 203. Okay, and also number seven, it says, we want an immediate end to police brutality and the murder of Black people. Why in the world are we still fighting this in 2020? And this is what NFAC wants to do. He wants to, and this is why he's arming everybody, because he wants every chapter to take to police the police right now. If we can't get them dismantled, we want to get them. We want to be able. So when the police is called, or instead of you calling the police 911, you'll call them 611. Or instead of you, allowing the police to come in your neighborhood, when you see the police show up, you're going to have a phone number to call for the NFAC, and then they can come and handle whatever. No longer are we Black folk calling police. We're going to have another team to call, and that's the NFAC, okay? And they're going to have your back. And I do believe that if the NFAC is promoting and producing and walking the different blocks, they can get the gang members to come together and to patrol some stuff. I do believe that you give the gang members something to do, and they're already ready to die for the cause. And they're already patrolling the neighborhood. So I'm thinking put them to work and let them do it legally. I'm just saying, maybe that don't make no sense to somebody else, but I don't understand why in 2020 we still fighting this police brutality that was the seventh step, one of the seven steps with the Black Panthers. And they said, we believe that we can end police brutality in our Black community by organizing Black self-defense groups. The same thing, okay, that are dedicated to defending our Black communities from racist police oppression and brutality. Okay, the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States gives us the right to bear arms. We therefore believe that all Black people should arm themselves for self-defense. They were saying that then, you guys, and we still don't do it today. I don't understand that. Um, Right. We shouldn't have to. I think that's one of these in here. I think so. Let me see. We want freedom for all Black men held in the federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. Okay. We believe that all Black people should be released from the many jails and prisons because they have not received a fair and impartial trial. And I believe that that's true because a lot of it's coming out that a lot of police officers wrote false reports. And I do believe that some of these people are in jail due to false reports. Just like one individual I seen, it was in Ohio, I think it was, and the guy was on the ground. You had three police officers kicking his butt, but he was working them feet, honey. He was tearing them things, tearing the police officers up. But they brought charges, 40 charges against him, 40 federal charges against him before they saw the tape. The tape came out and they had to reverse it. But how many times that happened before the tapes were seen and people actually went to jail? I seen a special on 60 Minutes where this guy in this county is one hit county in Black folk, and he mostly Black folk. He would raid them for drugs and stuff, and a lot of charges he brought on. He bought up 64 people. He charged them with drug possession. 60 of them were Black and 4 were not, but all of them. Most of the cases were dropped because they come to find out now that, but 3 of them had like felony, like so many, like 4 or 5 felony charges, and they had, oh my God, life upon life. 3 of them had life sentences, like 4 life sentences for like a small amount of drugs. I'm telling you, in one of these hick towns, and I'm like, that dude, and he thought he was right, you know. But the guy asked him in 60 Minutes, well, do you think that was a little racial? You only got 4 whites and 60 Black, and all of them was guilty. And they said they were not tried by their peers. So when you have an all-white jury, right there should not be. You shouldn't be able to have a jury that's all white. It should be some Black folk on that jury. But I'm just saying, some Black folk think like white folks. So that right there is an issue right there for me. That I believe that we should have a jury of our peers, which is supposed to be, that's a constitutional right. Um, Yes, they should. Okay, let me say, we want all Black people, when brought to trial, to be tried in court by a jury of their peer group or people from their Black communities as defined by the Constitution of the United States. Now, this is number 9, and I do believe that that's what should happen. And I do believe that wholeheartedly. And I think that's a lot of what's going on there, getting tried by the KKK. I believe that they know, they must have a sign or something to let you know that they are part of the KKK. And it's not, it's not the, we don't know that for sure, but I'm just saying, I do, they're in everything else. So why wouldn't they be on the jury? I'm just saying, I digress with that one, but I'm just saying, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one person to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth and separation and equal stations to which the law of nature and nature's God elite entitles them, a decent respect of the opinions of mankind required that they should declare the cause which impel them to separation. Okay, I'm telling you, this is the same stuff, you guys, that the Panthers were talking about. It's still today that we're still going after. Tell me why nothing has changed in 2020. I don't understand that. What is it? What is it going to take? And I do believe that NFAC has a great a thing going right now. I believe that he also talked about um, building of a nation. I'm going to read some of that to you. Um, okay, this one. Let me see. Let me see where I'm going to start it at. Let me see. Okay, we talked about it was a city that, and I think people saw the city, and a lot of Black folk wanted to buy that city, and I think the city was like 170 million. Okay, but remember where that city was. That city was out there in Clan County. So if you buy a city in the middle of Clan County. Please don't do that, Black folk. If you see there's a city that is available, do the history of that city and see approximately where that city is. Okay. Don't just strike out trying to buy a city and you got clan, okay, surrounding you, and you trying to bring your family. That would not be smart. And that city was out there by Brunswick, Georgia, okay, where Aubrey died. It was like maybe 5 miles or 6 miles from there, okay. So be very careful, and you guys can look that city up. That you are not putting your family in danger. I know that we want our own, but we want our own safely. Um, and the NFAC is bringing a case against America to the World Court. Okay, and he's talking about doing the reparations, and um, you know, they want us to be granted sovereignty as a refuge. Either we get to leave, or we'll be granted some land, reparations and maintenance. And if the U.S. says no, then they're going to go to the World Assembly of the UN. Okay, so it's steps now that this young man is taking, and I have never seen anything like this. I think it's a very good idea, and like I said, if you guys are interested in joining, info at BlackBlack in FAC .com is where you can go, and he's going to do background check. Just anybody is not going to get in. Just because you want to get in, if you can't qualify to carry a weapon, you probably won't be able to get in. But I think he's doing an amazing job, and I know a lot of Black folk has a lot of negative things to say. Well, it's not a lot of Black folk. I shouldn't say that. I do take that back. I've seen one or two comments, but sometimes I have, I don't mind change. I don't have a problem with change. I love change. I think change is good. Once it's thought out, great change. I think it's good. I'll try anything, just see if it works. Anything is better than nothing. Anything is better than what we're going through now. Why are we going to continue doing the same thing over and over? And I do believe one thing that I'm going to say about voting: Israel. Israel, you are not supposed to have a Gentile. You are not supposed to have an Edomite over you. So all you Black folk that call yourself Christian, you read this Bible every day, but you have no revelation. Your pastors don't have a revelation. And in the Bible, blessed are over you. You're going to have blessings. Okay. You're going to have peace. That is what his words say. And the reason this world has so much to again, I'm going to say it again for you. Everywhere Trump went, there was chaos. Am I true? Am I lying? I'm not lying. Every time he went somewhere, it was a fight that broke out. He carries a lot of trauma, drama, a lot of hatred, that's why he walked. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. He walked around looking all crazy. His mouth, y'all. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. This man be looking all kind of crazy. Just look at Trump next time, and his mouth has a permanent. I'm sorry. Okay, I digress. He has a permanent frown on his face. Even when his mouth is shut, his mouth just goes down. That type people like that is very to me have a very evil heart, and it's showing his facial expressions, just his mouth. Just when he's not, when you don't think people are looking at you, your face shows your expression. It shows what's in your heart. And just look at Trump. The next time you see him, he just has a automatic frown. His face is automatically frowns instead of a smile. He has an automatic frown. But as you remember back when Trump was running for office, you guys, um, he had so much adversity, a lot of drama, a lot of fights, a lot of negativity when he was running for office. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. I need to turn on this light back here. I'm sorry. I always forget to turn the light on. It gets so dark sometimes. Sorry. I do apologize. But so and I'm not, hey, you know what? I don't want you guys to think that I'm voting for Biden. I don't vote. I don't if it's locally, because I believe that Israel, we're supposed to be having Israel on top of us, because the word says that when you have evil over you, you'll have chaos. Okay. But when the righteous or dead, you'll have peace. That's the word. Okay. And I just believe the word, what it says. Okay. But my thing is, black folk, we have to understand that a man that like Biden, okay, and if you guys would look at him, the man has Alzheimer's, okay. If you've not been around older people, and I've worked with older people who have had Alzheimer's, that you won't understand. You won't understand the signs, okay. And Biden, when he starts talking about the past, they go in the past a lot, and that's what you can see. And he fumbles a lot, okay, as far as an older person. I think we're voting for a man that has shown us his heart. He's shown us over and over and over how he really feels about black folk. He has not promised you anything. He said in his the first thing that he's going to do, and I look, Twitter all the time. I'm on Twitter. The first thing that he said that he's going to do is he's going to do something for LGBT LMNOP. Okay. The second thing he said, he's going to bring in 11,000 immigrants. Did you hear me? I'm just saying, we have to understand, if he bring in 11,000 immigrants, and if you don't have your own business, black folk, you're going to be hungry. They are not going to support your business, okay? This is why we have to take our $1.2 trillion and support our own business. We have to get to the point where we are for looking out for each other. We don't have anybody else. There's nobody else to come and save us, okay? Um, Yes, Booth, I really do believe that. I have ordered, let me just help you out, and I'm going to keep that thought. Hold on. I do believe that I have just ordered an emergency kit for my house. Okay. Because if we have to leave our homes, you need to have an emergency kit, and it's packed, and I'm going to display it once I get it. I'm going to do a YouTube and show you it so you'll understand the stuff that's in it. And it did cost me $139, $140. Okay. I'm just saying, but it was for two people. I do believe I have extra food. I've been doing that. Water, toiletries, whatever you use every day, soap, toothpaste, have extra everything. Okay. Have at least 6 months worth of food in your home, family. I've been telling people that they are doing this reset. If you are smart, if you have any money inside of the bank, take out your money and purchase silver. Silver at money metal at 1-800-800-1865 is their phone number. Metal, that's money metal. And they sell them for, I think they've gone up from 20, it used to be 23, $26 now. I'm just saying. But if you buy 1 ounce, it's called 1 ounce American Eagle. By You can get like one of them for like 26, 25, $26 right now. But once silver goes up, that one piece of silver is going to be worth $5,000. Do you hear me, family? When I tell you what to do, listen to Pimpy Investments. If you don't listen to anything I've said the whole time, Pimpy Investments, pull him up. And um, Lynette Zhang, I've been talking about her for my last two shows. Pull them up, and they're talking about this big reset. Trump is getting to reset this economy. Money is getting ready to go out the window. So if you have a 401k, turn it into silver. You can turn your 401k plans into silver. If you don't, you're going to lose everything. They just did a reset. And look up Cypress. Look up Cypress. It's called, if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you. There was a picture, there was a movie on YouTube, and it's called Cypress. Okay. I'm going to show you Cypress. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. Cypress. Okay. The reset of Cypress, or oh God, what is the name of it, Lord? I had it on my mind. Oh Lord. Cypress. Hold on. It's called Cypress. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't find it. I had it last week though. Boy, I tell you, when I'm looking for stuff, I hate when I can't find it. Um, mm, okay, it'll come back to me. Cypress. Okay. But look up Cypress, and anything on YouTube going to do with Cypress, you'll be able to pull it up. Oh my God, I can't believe this, you guys. I'm sorry. I hate having to look for stuff, but I just thought about it. And oh Lordy. Okay. I can't find it on here. It's probably in my book. Okay, well anyway, like I said, if you have any money in the bank, pull it out your 401k Lessons from Cyprus. That's the name of it. I was looking in the wrong book. Lessons from Cyprus on YouTube. Go and watch it, and you'll see that they froze those people. These are millionaires. They froze their bank account and they charged them taxes on top of freezing their money. I'm just saying. They're getting ready to reset this economy. Pull up Pimpy Investments. Pimpy in Botha. Put that in the comments for me if you can. Look up Pimpy Investments, and her name is Lynette Zhang. Those are the two economic people that I listen to. And he has one on called Jasira Nasira, and he talks about gold and silver. Okay. If you smart, you'll listen to this man. If you don't want to take my word for it, you don't have to. But I'm just saying, put it in the comments. Somebody write Lynette Zhang down for me, and put Pimpy Investments in there. And these are two people that you can get up with to understand what's getting ready to happen as far as the money's concerned. You remember what happened in Zimbabwe? That was a test, you guys, for now. They practice on black folk first before they bring it to the world. I'm telling you, just like Bill Gates is practicing that shot, that vaccination shot on Africans. He's gonna bring it to the U.S. for you, black folk. I keep telling you that you better have a bag. You better have your weapons. You better have bullets to go in your gun, and you better have your silver, because one silver coin is going to be worth $5,000. If you are smart, you would go and get some silver. One ounce American silver coin. That's what it's called. American Eagle. American Eagle. American Eagle. 1 ounce of American Eagle is costing us $26, but it's going, you hold on to it, it's going to be worth $5,000. If you have money in the bank, take that money out, go purchase you some silver. You can do gold, but silver is more, silver lasts more, and it's going to get more, you're going to get more money for silver. Okay, I'm just saying. And it's cheaper. um I'm just saying, I want you to put in, Mark, put in Lynette Zhang and Pimpy Investments if you want to find out about more about what I'm talking about. You go to Pimpy Investments on YouTube, and it's called Nasira Jasira, and it says Nasira Jasira, and he talks a lot about gold and silver. I'm telling you. But we are getting ready, and if you black folk listen to me, and if you purchase at least 10 silver coins at $30 each, even if it's $25, that's 25, 50, 75, 100. I'm just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That's $50,000. Okay. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. 5 of those is worth 25,000. 10 is worth 50,000. Family, if you don't listen to anything I ever said, if you have money, if you have extra money that you have in the bank, and I know some of us have, yeah, you go there now. Yes, I'm telling you, if you can buy worth, you can buy 30 silver pieces, 1 ounce of silver. It's called American Eagle. Um, you can buy, and that silver is going to go up to $5,000. It's already at 3,700. Listen to what I tell you. Um, Don't be funny. Is he really? I don't know how old he is. Booth, you didn't write it in the comments for me. Write Lynette Zane down for me. And Pimpy, somebody write that in the comments. Please put that down, because somebody may need to know where to go up to find for the silver. Okay. I think any questions as far as the silver, if you want to call me, you can. So I can, if you have any questions, go ahead and call me. The number is 563-999-3682. That's 563-999-3682. If you have any questions about what I just said about the silver. Okay, so I'm going to finish my nation thing here. Okay, how we start the process of a nation. The blueprint is you're going to have the master plan, okay, which is what you stand for, okay, what your nation stand for, like as far as black folks, what do you guys stand for? What do you guys want? What are you expecting? That's going to be your master plan. Then you'll have a global black census. Then you're going to vote on the issues that's affecting the black community, like for instance, police brutality, land, owning homes, the wealth, stuff like that. Okay. Um, because it's important that we have to create our own, and this is something that's going to be done with the NFAC. Okay, so just think about this. You'll do 5 to 6 people that will study the master plan that you come up with. Okay, you have 5 or 6 people, and you get a, each one will get a copy of that plan. Okay, and you'll have maybe about five issues on there, or five main things that you guys want to really concentrate on, and you can increase it as as you grow, because the group, you'll have a total of 18 people, because each step that I'm getting ready to give you is 9 steps, okay, to political actions, political education, youth activity, different divisions. It's going to be 9 divisions, so each division you'll put like 3 person in each division. Okay, but you're going to have just 5 people at first to study the plan, and each one will have a copy. Then you come back and have a meeting as far as the plans, that you wrote. And if they have any questions, you guys try to answer the questions. And you might have some people that's not understanding, and they need more, for you to explain more. When you have 5 or 6 people, it's gonna take a little bit to get that plan together and that constitution. And just think, you're gonna form a committee for each area. That, like I told you, it's gonna be a total of 9 divisions. So each division will need about 3 to 4 people, okay, on each for each division. Okay, the core of the committee, national organized. This is the plan, the outline, the plan for the publication broadcast. Okay, and these are the different committees. The summarize the main features of your plan. Okay, your global, the master plan. Okay, is everybody following me so far? Am I confusing anybody? Am I confusing anybody as far as my what I'm trying to explain to you guys? Okay. So the core to community, you're going to outline the plan of the broadcast in the publication. Um, Hold on. Then you're going to set up 2 fundings, like your hedge fund, and your you're going to have 2 hedge fundings. Okay, remember, you're going to set up a hedge fund and then a donation fund. So if anybody want to give toward creating, because in order to create a nation, you're going to have money, right? So you're going to set up funds in order for them to be able to either donate the funds to helping you to organize this nation. Okay, and number 3, you get your memberships, or say for instance, Mark, it'll be me, you, and Maurice. Okay, we'll come up, and Carolyn, to come up with this foundation with the master plan. Now this is building of a nation. Okay, and then you'll have goals for each state. Okay, um, and you'll go by state by state. Let me read the comment. Mm, Okay, just trying to say. Okay, what else? What else? I know. Oh God. I just can't even imagine them voting for. I don't understand that. I just don't get it. Anyway, so okay, 3, you're gonna divide each state into districts. Okay. Not a you don't use, when you get somebody that you want to be over this district, don't get like a politician. It could be somebody like, for instance, you, Mark. Okay, I'll say, Mark, I want you to help me with creating of this nation. I want you to, help me with this blueprint as far as the master plan, as far as each division that we're gonna come up with. I want you to help me, and it's not gonna be a person that that's not going to have a black agenda, somebody that doesn't have a heart after black folk. You want somebody that's not a politician, not somebody that you can buy off easy, somebody like myself that I'm be like, look, somebody bring me $100 million, be like, look, I'm for my people. I'm gonna tell you, if you bring me $100 million, it's going toward black folk. Dollars if you don't want it to go toward black folk. That's just me, okay? But each let me see, politician, someone from the community, um, with an organized committee with a chairman. Make sure you have a head person, like a chairman of this each division. Okay, that's going to oversee each division. Okay, you'll have a global poll to see how many agree with the plan. So that means you'll have a 2 to 3 year plan. Okay, but these 18 people are going to come together and agree on the plan that you and that first people, 5 or 6 people come up with. Okay, you're gonna have a global, you're gonna have a global poll to make sure, and I'm talking about Black folk around to see if this is something that you as we vote to see, okay, police brutality on the list. Okay, a lot of people say that's good. Okay, what about, we're going to talk about wealth building. Okay, we're going to talk about owning our own business. We're going to talk about getting land. You're going to put different things in place that's going to help you to develop your nation. Okay. Now you're going to set up your meetings and stuff, and you'll have your plan, 3-year plan, you'll call it like a first general assembly. Okay. Then you're going to set up your meetings. Now you're going to reward people, okay, for working with your plan. You got to reward people with gift certificates, or you just, because they're working for free for now. Okay, so you are going to have to reward people for coming in and getting on these different committees, because it's going to be worth some time, but right now you don't have that much money to pay them, so you're just rewarding them for their time. So number 4, you have a division, okay, of each state into you're going to call, what did it say, building the economics. They want you, it's called building of the economics. Okay, and that's a division. Okay. um and who's included in the division of building of the economics is going to be your financing, it's going to be your banking. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different divisions. Okay. Well, 7 divisions, because you got your planners too. So this one is called the division of economics, which you're going to have your bankers, you're going to have your real estate people in there, you're going to have your technology, your IT people, your financial, it's your financial base, your global polls, your purchasing, your people that's going to do the purchasing of your real estate, your land, just different people that's doing, like your transportation person. That's your division for your division to build economics. Okay, and then your second one is going to be your political action division, which is they're going to be the ones that's going to come up with the bills and the laws, and the candidates, whoever want to run, who you're going to put to run for the different council or the different positions in that nation. Okay, and then you're going to have your public education. That's going to be another division, and that's going to be your teachers, your schools, what you're going to teach our babies. You're going to put your Department of Health in there, your hospitals, communication and service, your career centers. For instance, you're going to bring back the career centers, and that's to teach our children how, we used to have career center. When I went to high school, we had something called career centers, and we did. Thank you, Butha, for putting that in. We had career centers, and we would teach. We would go to class first in the morning, then we go to career center in the afternoon, and vice versa. You'd have some students that went to career center and then they come back and go to class in the afternoon, but they had good grades, so they were ready for. And after you left high school, you would get a certificate for whatever. You could go for plumbing, electrician. You can teach them beautician. You could teach them. It was just different careers, and they would actually learn a career. Okay, so and that was in your public education division. Okay, and you would also pick and choose the books that you wanted to teach your children. Um, like you would have like your YMCA in there. No, that's going to be in your youth activities. I'm sorry. You would have your communication services, sanitation, um, electrician, electrical, plumbing, water, in that field, in that part right there. Then you would have your youth activity. Now, all of these are set up within your nation. Okay. You would have your youth activities, which is your boys club, YMCA, girls club, playgrounds. You'd have your students, your non-students, your college students would be into that field. And this will took care of, like, say, for instance, playgrounds, everything that pertained to your youth. Okay, you'd have somebody over that. Okay, that's where your councilmen's come in at. Okay, um, and then you would have your division of security, and that's checking for internal checks, your intelligence, background checks, making sure that no pro people have skipped in there anywhere. And let me see what else. Now these are, it was like what, like 6, 7 divisions, different divisions, but this is how you would build a nation. And I'm telling you, it's not that hard. I'm thinking, if you saw it, if you could see it on paperwork, I'm hoping it's coming for you guys. Um, Okay, thank you, Mark. I was trying. Lynette Zane, yeah, that's her. And those two people you can look up for to get that'll give you more information and put money metal in there. Money metal, is it metal? Money, yeah, money metal. And that's where you can go to buy your silver and tell them Pimpy sent you, and they'll send you a free piece of half ounce silver. Okay, so if you put Pimpy sent you, you'll get that free ounce of silver. Okay. Let me see. Also, you would have a commissioner for religion, okay, and that would be to reteach our beliefs, um, who we obey, what we believe in, our finances, guidelines for all that we do, as far as the code of behavior, our heritage, our culture. That's where all of that will fall in. Um, and the laws of the land, okay? Because you always need laws of the land. This is what makes me so mad when the church told us that the laws were done away with. And I'm thinking, well, you have laws on your job, you have laws of the land, you have laws everywhere you go, but you mean to tell me we can go to church and we can do whatever we want to do without the laws? Are you serious? That just made no sense to me. So when people say, the laws are done away with, I go, no, it's not. Who told you that? Oh, my pastor said. Well, your pastor got it wrong. There's no revelation there. Okay, thank you, Buddha. Okay. Yeah, code of conduct, yes. All of that. Yes, yes, yes. I'm trying to see what else do we need. Um, but you know what, Black family, we have to understand that we have the power. We have the power. We have the people. We have the power. Um, we have all of what it's going to take in order to build a nation. We have it right here among us. We just don't know that we can do this. But you have to understand that we used to do this. Everything I'm telling you, we did it. We had our own communities. We had our own nations. We had our own communities. We had our own security. And I think what uh, the Black Wall Street didn't do, they didn't have security. You have to have 24 hours. Nobody had a weapon. Well, I'm sure every now, one, it was like probably 5 or 6 people, 10 people in the whole community that had a weapon, but nobody was on guard. Nobody I'd have put a wall around that thing or something. I would have made sure that I had security, made sure that we had police officers, made sure that we had our own security. And I don't think that Black Wall Street had that. And I think that's where they messed up at. But if we can get back on code and we can begin to teach our children this, and we can begin to teach our children how to build a nation, and I do believe that it can be done. Okay. I believe that even it would only take us if we wanted to get like, I'm trying to say, we can build with our own 55,000 soldiers at probably 86 cents. You know how many people that we have and globally, that we can do this with? And it's not just here in America. We can have it globally, building securities and building nation globally for our other brothers and sisters that have been screwed to the four corners of the earth. I believe that. You'll have $2 million at 55,000 people, 86 cents per person. You have over $2 million. I'm just saying, then be able to have your new constitution, you have your Bill of Rights. um, we have plenty enough Black folks to be able to do this, okay, to build a nation, you guys. But you're gonna have to deal with your coons, the ones that don't want to, that want to stay here, that's gonna want to, be around the white folk. Then that's fine. But we're gonna talk about next week about, I think I talked about it last week about leaving or staying. And I said, for myself, I just was really leaning toward, for me, I just have an issue building and fighting for a country that's going to be destroyed. Okay, if you guys have revelation and understand what's going on right about now, and a lot of people don't have revelation, so they don't understand what's really going on. This world will never, ever, 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 ever get back to the way it was. Okay, like I said, the dollar is going to be done. Okay, keep up with the stock market, keep up with Zane, keep up with Lynette Zane and Pimpy, because Pimpy talks about it every day. Every day he talks about it. He comes on twice a day. If you're on YouTube, you can pull up some of his stuff now. But I'm telling you, it's we can do this. I talked about how many black folk there are in the United States. And I wanted to talk about a city, building of a city. I think I have that in another book. But I do believe that I do believe in total separation. And I know a lot of people say, well, Cassie, why do you want to go backwards? I don't think it's backwards. I don't think we ever should have left it. I think if we had kept our over 200 cities, it wouldn't have been gentrification. I think that was the plot to keep us down because they saw how good we were doing without them. And for Martin Luther King to go in the 60s, because we had our own cities in 1920. So just think where we could have been. And it was the city that they had their own businesses. Just think if we had kept that going, how many black cities? Did you guys know that New York Central Park was a black city and the government shut it down? They went in and took the land to build a park. I'm just saying, a lot of folk don't know that. But New York City, Central Park, used to be a black city. And what if their government took the land to put up a park? They literally, the government can do that. Come in there, and that's what a lot of times what the government does when they see some, black city. What they do, they want to come in, they want to put a highway in between, they want to put a train station in between, they want to gentrify, bring in white folk. When you see white folk with little dogs walking around all of downtown, I remember when I lived in the Indiana area in Chicago. I worked in Chicago at the post office. And downtown, I seen the ladies coming in with the little dogs. When you see white folk with dogs coming in, moving in, they didn't gentrified it, and it was so expensive. Black folk couldn't live down there. Caprini Green, they tore it down and shipped all them project folk out to the county. And ain't no buses out there, so they ain't coming back down this way. Ain't no buses going down. They do that on purpose. Keep them Negroes right down out there in the county where they need to be, so they can't ride the bus to come up here to do any dirt. Okay, but those downtown condos, and that's what they were, townhomes and condos. They were so expensive that black folk couldn't even afford them anyway. And I'm telling you, they were saying they were expensive, but I bet you if a white person came to them and said, "Hey, how much for blah blah blah?" They probably got it for like much or nothing. But I want to talk about one more city, building up a city. Okay, it's 10, let me see, able to, okay, building the city. That one, I talked about one city that was for 1.7 million, right? If 2 million people donated 85 cents, that would equal to 1.7 million. That's how easy it would be for black folk to build a city. I'm just saying, if you had a city, if you had a city, okay, you would, hold on, let me see. I'm trying to see how he explained it. I heard, okay, you purchase a city, okay? And like I said, it'll take 2 million, and it's what, 45, 46 million black folk in America. I'm just saying, 2 million of them, 85 cents. You could purchase a little plot. If the government, which I know they won't do it, I'm just saying, you guys, I know the government ain't giving black folk nothing, but I'm just saying, if they did, or if that city that was for sale that wasn't around Clan County, black folk could buy that city and you offer black owned businesses to come to set up in that building in that city. Okay, and it'd be one per worth 1.7 million, 85 cents. 2 million people donated 85 cents, they could have 1.7 million to buy that city. But what you do, you'll buy it and then you'll let it sit for 6 months. Okay, you'll have to let it sit for 6 months because you you have to have the inspectors to come to inspect it, and then you'll have to see what needs to be fixed up. You get a list of what needs to be fixed up, what needs to be brought up on code. Because some of them homes probably wasn't on code, probably some of them business wasn't on code. So in order, if everybody, I would double that 1.7. So if 2 million or 4 million people did 85 cents, you can double that 1.7 million. I'm just saying, to be able to fix up stuff, to be able to upgrade the electric, to be able to start renovating some of those homes, because you're building the city. You want it to look nice, right? I would want to, kind of redo some of those homes and then sell them, lease them with the option to buy at first, for people to get their finances up or whatever. And then you can move into, buy it. Okay. Say for instance, your credit was messed up. And I leased it with the option to buy and paid me an extra $100 a month. 12, that'd be $1,200 to go down on your house after 12 months, $2,400 after 2 years. And then that means you'll have $2,000 to go down. I'll be going to a bank and say, hey, I got a person that's renting for me for 2 years. We want to lease her with the option to buy. After 2 years, I want you, bank man, who's a black owned bank, because we have a black owned bank in our city, right? We'll let her purchase that property, go to our black owned bank. You already have an account there. You let your income, you direct deposit go there. And by you direct depositing, they'll allow you to, because you didn't direct deposit for 2 years, so they know how you flow. Okay, they know how much money you got coming in. Then they'll automatically finance you for your house, and you already got $2,400 after 2 years to go down on this house anyway, and they'll finance the rest. I'm just saying, I digress. But anyway, let's get back on my little city here. Okay, so 6 months later, um, you'll check out your infrastructure. You doing your traffic light, your sewer, your water, your building, your electric, and of course the building, the city planner. They got to come in there for first 6 months. Okay, so that's why you can't move in, because you got to upgrade all the stuff first. Then after that those 6 months, then you'll invite the black owned businesses to come in. We go out and get black owned businesses to move into the investments, okay, for them to be able to invest in the cities. So say for instance, you want a business, Mark, you come and bring your roofing company there, or your construction company there. You got two businesses in one. Bring that down. You're gonna need some builder supplies. So Butha, you have your business supply company come in next door. You have a hardware company come in. Say I need a mom and pop store. Okay, I'll open up a mom and pop store there. I'll put some clothes in there. We'll do a mom and pop grocery store, and then we'll have somebody to come in there that's going to do the, shoes. You have clothing, work attire, realtors. Okay, so you're inviting all black. We ain't talking no. We're not bringing no Indians. We're not bringing no yellow, red, green, or yellow person. This is a black city. Okay, black folks, stop. I hate when we always trying to incorporate everybody. We're not incorporating everybody in this. Okay, we're doing the black owned city for us. Okay, and then now you're going to bring in the people, okay? Because the business is then set in. Now you're bringing in the people as you're inviting the business owners in, okay? Now we got contracts with the nearby hospitals, okay? So because your hospital's not done yet, right? So now you're going to contract with the town that's next door, that's not with the clan, okay? So this is why you're not going to get a city. You're not going to get a city, and clan is all around you. That's it's just one way in and one way out, and you surrounded by a clan. Are you crazy? No, no, we're not doing that. I'm not putting myself, because I be went to jail, because I'm gonna kill everybody. You come over here, I'm gonna feel threatened, I'm gonna have to shoot you. I'm just saying, but I digress. But anyway, so you're gonna contract your with your nearby hospitals, contract with your nearby fire department, and you are going to be your own police. Okay, you're not gonna go next door and get the white officers and tell them come over there. America, black folk don't want to do that. You go to Chinese and let Chinese come and patrol you. What in the world? Stop with the craziness. You'll have 24-hour policing, and army, etc. And next time we talk about the defense, because I'm not going to have time to get in that today. Only for a short time are you going to contract out with the hospitals and the fire departments. Um, and you have your 24-hour policing, okay, because you're already going to have your policing ready, so when you go into the city, you'll automatically be patrolling your city anyway. Okay, these 6 months you're going to be working patrolling, and that money that we collected, we're going to pay you to actually be patrolling our city. Remember the extra money, we're going to use some of that to pay our officers that's already going to be on duty when we buy the city, because you're going to start patrolling that city 24 hours a day. Got me? Okay. Let's see. I just want black folk to understand that we can do this. And don't forget, you got to have your schools and your colleges, your airports. And we're going to start trading with different towns, like the next town next door. We're going to start, going back and forth. Okay. I'm just saying until we can get like stuff together in our town totally. But once we can get this city totally running, we're not going to be going next door for anything. We're going to use everybody in our own city, and we are going to buy from each other. We're going to support each other. We're going to teach our own children. We're going to have black teachers. We would have black, everything and everybody. I'm just saying. So therefore, there's no LGBT in this city. There's no mixed and mingle couples. You ain't bringing your white wife and you ain't bringing your white husband. So if you are already in that predicament, then I suggest you stay where you're at, because those type people are not black orientated people. They do not have a black mindset, and it's very hard for you to be black first if you have a white wife or a white husband. I'm just saying, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I am black first, and you know that. So if you're offended, let shoe fit, wear it. If it don't, you're dismissed, because I really don't care if you're offended. I'm just saying, because I do believe in black first. I don't believe that you can have a white wife or a white husband and you be black first. I've seen some very traumatic women that are married to white men, and they speak horrible of their own culture, and they disrespect their own people, and they disrespect themselves. And not only are they disrespecting themselves, but their husbands is disrespecting them, because he's talking about your culture, but you're not talking about his culture. You so busy trying to hold on to this man, you totally disrespecting your own culture, and he's talking about your culture, and you're agreeing with him, but you're not saying anything about his culture because you don't want to offend him, but he don't mind offending you. So that right there ought to show you how he really feel about you. I remember one young woman that was talking about her. She had a white boyfriend. I don't know if anybody's heard this or not. Well, I'm not gonna. I didn't want to be on here too long, you guys. So I'm wrapping it up. It was a young lady that she had a white boyfriend, and she had went in his phone, and he had been texting his friends horrible things about her, letting his friends know how he really didn't care, running with her, that oh, I love you, terrible about her to his friends. And she saw the email. How many of y'all think she left? Do you guys think she left? Let me see. Um, do you guys think she left him? I don't know. She said she did, but I don't think she did. I'm just saying. I believe that she's stayed with him. But I just believe that I've just seen too many black coons like Candace, and who needs to be dealt with. Who I don't understand why Candace is the way she is, because she actually had went through racism with her the town, the mayor's son, okay, where she grew up at, and they actually sued and won a lawsuit. So she knows about racism. So I don't know what happened to her, but I've heard some horrible things about, and she is married to a white man. So I believe that you lose yourself, and it's a lot of self hate when you are married outside of your race. And I don't believe that you can be black first. I hope, family, I have said something to encourage you. Hope I've said something to enlighten you, to at least help you to go another day, to make it another day. If you are here and you have had some really rough times, know that we can do it. You can do it. Don't give up. You are at the mark now. You know how they say that your hand, the door, your hand is the knob, your hand is right there on the door. The door is getting ready to open. Hang on in there one more day. I know you can do it. I want you to get some positive male role models. I think that men, we should be getting ready to join this NFAC chapter when they come in your city. I think you should do an email for him. It's info@blackinfact.com. It's BLACKNFAC.com. You can shoot him an email, give him your information, and maybe get a chapter in your area, fellas. I do believe that we're ready for this. If you want to defund, dismantle the police, I do believe that we should be doing that and thinking about that. I think it is time for us to let go what doesn't work. And white police officers in the black community has never worked. It will never work. These are slave catchers that never changed the rules. They just changed their name, but never changed the game. Okay. And I do believe that we deserve better. And it's going to take us um, delivering ourselves. It's going to take us, because we don't have anybody else. We are all we got. And if you don't believe that, nothing is ever going to change. If we're looking for white supremacy to change things like Biden, he's not gonna he's gonna do the same thing. Why would he help you when he put half of you in jail. So he's gonna do another law, Biden's law, 2021 Biden's law, and put the rest of you in jail. Y'all niggas crazy if y'all think this white man is going to help black folk. He's never helped black folk. He didn't want his kids or he didn't want his kids to go to school with you guys. So you think that he's going to help you do what? No, he's not going to help you. He can't help you. And I think it's very sad for you to think that this white man is going to do anything for you after he's shown you how he dislikes you and how much he dislikes you, because he put half of your men and divided our children, divided our schools, divided our families. And now you want him to do what for you? Or you think he can do what for you? He can't do anything for you. So stop thinking that white folk is going to save the day for black folk. They never have, they never will. And if you are thinking that, you are going to be sadly mistaken when he gets in office, and hopefully I don't know. You got Satan in there now. You want the devil in there later. I don't know who. Ain't no. And people say, well, I'm gonna pick one. I don't know why we as black folk always think that we have to decide, I'm gonna pick Satan over the devil. Why do we have to make a choice? Because y'all already told us, if you have Israel over you, you're supposed to be over yourself. You don't need white America to do anything for you, because they're not going to. And we have not learned that yet. So my thing is, we can do this. You can start running for local offices, the mayor. You can start running for school board. You can, in your own town, you will be in charge, but you want people that can't be bought off. You want an agenda, and you're going to have a contract with that person. This is what we need. This is what we want. If you don't have a black heart, then they don't need to be over you. You have a person in there that's going to have a B1 heart, that that will not accept bribes, and you hold them accountable. And if he don't take care of business and you see him getting off course, then you deal with him. You tell him, we will kill you if you don't do what you're supposed to do. If you sell us out, you will die, and mean it. Once we do that to one black person, all of them will get in line to know that we can't double cross them, because guess what? They are going to hurt me and my family if I double cross all these niggas. I'm gonna double cross them, because I know what they've done to so and so over there. They killed him and they did blah 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 to him. So we cannot do that again. So we have to put the fear in our politicians and let them know that no, you're not going to double cross us. But family, I hope that I've said something. Think about the silver. Don't forget, practice your Second Amendment. Be safe out here. They're turning up the heat. Be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Take your weapon with you. Have a knife. Have your taser. Tell your daughters, teach your kids how to shoot. Take them to the range. Please take your children to the range. Start teaching, because they teach their children. I went to the range the other day, and I had a little boy that was probably 6 years old there. Six. He was shooting at 6. I'm just saying. And one lady said she took her 4-year-old. So I'm just saying, family, if they can do it, we can do it. They are getting ready while we're sitting up here watching and getting our nails, toes, and while we're working 16-hour days, they are really getting prepared. And we should be prepared also. Don't be caught out there with nothing. You protect yourself at any cost. You protect your family. I'd rather for us to uh, figure it out in court than you not be here and you die because somebody else put your life in somebody else's hand. With that said, family, I am going to bid you adieu. I want you guys to have a really great night. And with that said, we are going to end this one. And I do appreciate everybody that tuned in and everybody that's going to tune in later. Um, and you guys have a great night. Okay. And with that said, Kahari. Okay. Kahari means goodbye in Swahili. Kahari, everybody. Good night. Peace and blessings. You guys have a great night also.